still available. All right, so I will tell you this, and it's funny because John knows I'm a restaurant guy. I've done it for years and years and years. My first cleaver that I ever owned was the chopped cleaver.
Right.
And I was very lucky because I got one delivered to my desk so I could utilize it at home, because I'm one of those guys that says, I got regular knives, I don't need a cleaver.
Right.
Let me tell you how cool and awesome my cleaver is, okay? Because I can get through the toughest meats. I can get through and do exactly what you're doing. If I want to bone out things, especially if you want to do your own chicken and you want to bone out chicken, or if you want to slice anything and you want to do it in a hurry and you don't even want to bring out your processor, this is the way to do it. What you've got here is an incredibly versatile tool, high quality. You've got a full tang stainless steel construction, high carbon steel.
Triple riveted handle.
Triple riveted. This is a customer pick on hsn.com. And I'll tell you, even if you used to just clean your board.
Yep,
that's it.
I know. It's a scooper, it's a slicer,
awesome.
It's a cleaver, it's a cutter.
Look at the price,
It goes through, and see, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't find that price.
No.
Look at this. I mean, I'm cutting right through ribs. Look, I'm using my hand because of the weight of this knife. You can use it like this, okay? It's got that really, really super sharp, razor sharp edge, but can you see how it's a little bit rounded? That makes it easy for chopping up your vegetables, for mincing garlic, for mincing your herbs. It's got that rounded edge, but it's got the weight to be able to take, well, here, let me put this down below here, and it's got the weight behind it to where if you wanted to disjoint chicken or turkey, you can go right through the bone, okay?
Wow.
Because of the design and the weight of that knife, it's perfectly balanced. And for what is that, $14.95?
Let me just tell you, this is easily, this is a $100 cleaver.
Oh, yeah.
And plus it's from the chopped guys, and you know, those guys are not gonna put out any garbage knives, you know that?
Right.
And you know what it is? A lot of people won't buy a cleaver because they think, it's not worth spending the money because I've got other knives. But I will tell you, at $14.95, you can't afford not to get a cleaver. And again, it's funny how often I use the cleaver. I always use it for holiday.
Right.
Now I like to buy a whole chicken and bone it out. I like to do that, so I use it for that. I use it for doing what John is doing for when I have to chop a lot of vegetables.
Yep.
I utilize it for that as well. You know what one of my number one things is for me, too?
What's that?
Is butternut squash.
Absolutely.
One of the hardest things to peel or cut are squash or pumpkins.
My mother, okay, has been on me for years because, you know, I've been 30 years in the, kitchen gadget business. She always tells me, invent a squash cutter. If you can invent a squash cutter, because everybody has a hard time cutting through. Hey, here's an acorn squash, okay? And I mean, this is the thing. Most people would think, if you could not do this with a normal knife.
Not if you want to use that hand again.
But look at this.
That
you
hand
can
would be
split
sore.
a butternut squash.
Yeah.
You clean out the seeds. I mean, this is, I don't know if you've ever had baked butternut before. It's delicious.
Me?
Actually,
I live with that stuff.
Didn't you find my butternut squash in the oven in there earlier?
Was that you that snuck it in there? Yeah, there's only one in there now. I don't know who. I think what's her name?
Most
Tracy
people
Rosa stole one out of there.
Most people don't buy squash because it's so hard to cut.
You want to go get your squash, or you want to go get it?
With this knife, now you can season, okay? You can put your brown sugar and cinnamon on the top. Big pat of butter, throw them in the oven. Here's some brown sugar. We'll top this off with some brown sugar. All right, I'm getting a little excited here.
Take your time, John.
I know.
It's all right. That's good.
I want to get back to
you want that? Or you want me to go get the other one, or you want to go get it?
Take the, you want to get it?
Yeah.
Here, put this one in, take that one out, because I'll have these later.
Give me this. All right, so what John is basically showing you is this is one of those, you know what, John? This is one of those dishes you won't make because you can't cut the dang squash.
That's right. So a lot of people, my mother for one, she can't do it. She used to call me into the kitchen all the time.
There's the after.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That looks delicious.
Is why you get a big cleaver, gang.
Smells amazing.
It does smell awesome.
Now, with the knife too, after you chop your vegetables, you can pick it up as like a scooper and serve it on your plate or platter. So whether you're doing meats, cheeses, veggies like this, it's an easy way to clean up your cutting board. Another thing I love mine for, I love my garlic, okay, and fresh garlic. Listen, lay it down flat. All you do is go, you peel your garlic that quick and easy, okay? And because of that rocking blade, now you can mince your garlic, okay?
It's the best.
I mean, just one clove of garlic like this.
Pulverize it. You can flatten it down to nothing. You can turn it into mush because these knives are so amazing. John, let me show everybody really quickly because we got about a minute now. I want to show you the knife itself because it's important that you look at the quality of this knife.
Yeah.
When you look at the back of it, you'll notice this is and you can come in a little closer if you want, but you see how thick that steel is? This knife is made very, very extra thick for a couple of reasons. One, and it's full tang, so it goes top to bottom. That gives you balance when you're holding it. When you hold one of these for chopping, you use it like that, or for slicing. When you cut, you use it like that because you want the leverage, but it's full tang. You have triple riveted construction right here. The reason they make this so thick on the back is because you're gonna sharpen this over and over. You're gonna have this knife probably for 20 to 30 years, okay? That's what these knives are designed to be around for. So when you look at $14.95, this will be the last cleaver you own, probably the last cleaver your kids own, because you can sharpen it thousands of times.
Yeah,
literally.
It's got the steel there.
Yeah.
But look at this. I mean, here's butternut squash. I mean, how hard is it to cut through butternut squash with a normal kitchen knife? You have to have that cleaver. And how about things like this?
Tossed a piece of butternut squash at me, John.
Here, you want to peel
my cleaver up there.
Hey, listen. Sometimes I'm like the Swedish chef from the Muppets.
Yeah,
you know? I just throw food everywhere.
Yeah,
but
little Julian Child coming out of you
look
there.
how quick and easy this stuff is. All right, now you lay that down. And look, I mean, in seconds, the job is done.
I know.
You have to have a good, heavy knife, and this is the one that does the job.
You don't have to put as much of your own energy into it because the knife does the job. And by the way, you'll notice that all of our knives are extremely sharp.
Yes.
Why? Because Mr. Mark Gill came out ahead of time and he sharpened all of our knives with the sharpener that he has coming up. And I will tell you, John will tell you, now you're a fisherman. Is there anything scarier than a knife that's dull?
No.
Right?
The dull knife is what you're going to cut yourself with.
It will every single time. So you need the right way to sharpen it. Mr. Florell, you're just amazing.
It's a pleasure.
Amazing. You did a lot of work today. You ran around like a crazy man. Thank you so much.
I feel a sweat bead coming
You
down
are
there.
sweating a little bit. You did the job of 10 people today, buddy. Good work. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
All right, I am going to toss things over to my